Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Cristiano Ronaldo spotted at Old Trafford in leaked photos ahead of his expected second debut against Newcastle this weekend. Cristiano Ronaldo made a return to training on Tuesday. Yesterday he arrived for Man United training in his 170,000 Lamborghini. He said earlier on this week that Ronaldo's debut could have been delayed because Ronaldo had to isolate for 5 days. Last week, Ronaldo arrived in Manchester. He got greeted by Darren Fletcher. Last week, Cristiano Ronaldo praised Edison Cavani's incredible gesture after shirt number swap. Ronaldo is Manchester United's new number 7. Cavani has got the number 21 shirt. Ronaldo gave his first interview the other week. He did mention that "I'm very happy to be back home after 12 years. He's made it clear to Solskjaer that he's returned to win trophies. Ronaldo told his new Man United teammates that he wants the Premier League this season. Don't forget, Ronaldo became the all-time international top scorer with 2 late goals against Ireland. After the 1-0 win against Wolves before the international break, Solskjaer confirmed that Ronaldo will play as a centre forward. I can assure that Ronaldo is going to do very well in his second spell at Old Trafford. Despite him being the age of 36, Ronaldo could play for Man United until he's almost 40. The other week, Ronaldo officially signed for Manchester United on a 2-year contract with an option of a 3rd year. Ronaldo will receive £480,000 a week, so he's the highest earner now at Old Trafford. Man United agreed a fee of €15 million. There's a further €8 million in add-ons, so that's €23 million in total. That equates to £19.8 million in pounds sterling. And the other week, Ronaldo completed his medical. Ronaldo was our final signing of the summer transfer window. But I'm shocked that he's re-signed after 12 years. I think a lot of Man United fans are surprised. I didn't think he'd have ever come back. Plus, at one point, Man City were the favourites to sign him because Man City held talks with Ronaldo's agent, George Mendes, but Man City ended up pulling out of the race. But Ronaldo is the greatest player of all time. He's won 32 major trophies in his playing career, including 5 Ballon d'Ors. In Ronaldo's first spell at Man United, he scored 118 goals in 292 games in all competitions. And he won 3 Premier League titles, the Champions League, the FIFA Club World Cup, the FA Cup and 2 League Cups. In Ronaldo's first spell, he endured 6 years. When we first got Ronaldo, we paid 12 million for him from Sporting Lisbon back in 2003. We sold him to Real Madrid in 2009 for 80 million. And Juventus got him in 2018 for 88 million. His current contract at Juventus was due to expire next year. Solskjaer says we are the favourites for the title with Ronaldo. Now yesterday I gave you the news on Declan Rice. Solskjaer is confident on Declan Rice transfer. The price tag of Declan Rice is 80 million. Man United have identified Declan Rice as a prime midfield transfer target for next summer. Rice is likely to leave West Ham next summer as he targets a club offering Champions League football. Chelsea are not in for him, they're looking at other targets. When the summer transfer window was open, it did mention that Solskjaer still wants Declan Rice. And Declan Rice did mention that he was unhappy with West Ham's 100 million price tag. He's rejected a few contract offers at West Ham. Rice has got 3 years left on his contract at West Ham. Rice has made 148 appearances for West Ham. He's been with West Ham for a good 7 years or so he's remained loyal to them for so long. Declan Rice is predominantly a holding midfielder, but he can also be deployed as a centre half. Before West Ham he was at Chelsea. He was in their youth setup for several years, but he never got in Chelsea's first team. We went in for quite a few midfielders in the summer transfer window. We went in for Eduardo Camavinga, but we couldn't get him because he signed for Real Madrid. We went in for Saul Niguez from Atletico Madrid. Didn't get him because he ended up joining Chelsea on loan. We also went in for Ruben Neves from Wolves. Fabrizio Romano did mention on deadline day that Ruben Neves was the only midfield option for Man United, but he said there was no current agreement with Wolves. I thought Manchester United enjoyed a very good summer transfer window. One of the best transfer windows we've enjoyed for such a long time. We did make 4 signings in the summer transfer window. We brought Tom Eaton in on a free from Villa, brought Jadon Sancho in from Borussia Dortmund, brought Rafael Varane in from Real Madrid, and we re-signed Cristiano Ronaldo after 12 years. So we spent around 140 million in the summer transfer window. And Solskjaer received the backing he deserved. John Murtough backed him. John Murtough is our director of football. We made the right decision getting our director of football in, because I did mention that's one of the structural changes we needed at the club. Darren Fletcher also backed Ollie. We made the right decision getting Darren Fletcher back in. And surprisingly, our owners, the Glazers, backed Solskjaer, but only because they'd been persuaded to. It was disappointing that we didn't sign a midfielder in the summer transfer window. It was also disappointing that we only managed to sell one player, and the player we sold was Daniel James. he went to Leeds for 25 million. He signed a 5-year contract with Leeds, and he's wearing the number 20 shirt at Leeds. But at Leeds, Daniel James is going to get a lot more opportunities than he did at Man United. The reason we offloaded him is because we re-signed Cristiano Ronaldo. There was a few players we should have offloaded in this year's summer transfer window, but we didn't. We should have sold Martial. Martial rejected the chance to join Lyon on loan on deadline day. We should have offloaded Juan Mata. I'm expecting Juan Mata to leave at the end of this season when his contract expires. Earlier on this year, Juan Mata signed a 1-year contract extension. Juan Mata doesn't get in our 11 and he's aging up and he's lost that yard of pace. Don't get me wrong, he's had a good career at Man United. I think in the summer transfer window we should have offloaded Jesse Lingard, but we didn't. I recently gave you the news on Jesse Lingard. Jesse Lingard rejected a new Man United contract offer over playing time concerns, despite him being in the last year of his deal. Lingard snubbed a return to West Ham when the summer transfer window was open. Lingard did endure 4 months with West Ham last season. He was out on loan and he made an impact. Towards the end of the window, he said that West Ham were planning a £15 million bid for Lingard, and Everton were also planning an offer. Earlier on this season, Solskjaer confirmed that Lingard remains part of his plans, despite the ongoing speculation. I think we should have offloaded Donny van de Beek, because Donny van de Beek doesn't get enough game time at Man United. Solskjaer rejected Donny van de Beek's exit because he did mention that Everton were close to signing him on loan. Now I'm expecting Donny van de Beek to start against Newcastle this weekend, because obviously Fred's not available. Fred is banned from our next 2 matches. Don't forget, Donny van de Beek told Ole Gunnar Solskjaer his best position. Van de Beek reckons he would be best served operating as a number 6 or a number 8. Not so long ago, Van de Beek spoke about his Man United future in an exclusive interview with Rio Ferdinand. Van de Beek admitted he's prepared to keep fighting to earn his place in the Man United team and to remain in the plans of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Van de Beek's agent has done a lot of talking. He said earlier on this week that the return of Ronaldo is bad news for Van de Beek. He also confirmed that the player held talks with Everton regarding a move. Van de Beek's agent fired a warning shot to Man United: play him in the Premier League or lose him. And last week, Van de Beek's agent said that Van de Beek will succeed at Man United and prove his doubters wrong at Man United this season. I think as well we should have offloaded Nemanja Matic. I've got my strong reservations about Matic. He isn't one of our first choice midfielders, but despite that he still seems to get his chances. We should have also offloaded Fred. We should have offloaded Phil Jones in the summer transfer window, but obviously it did say that Phil Jones is set to stay at Man United this season, after Solskjaer told him he remains part of his plans. We also should have offloaded Diego Dalot. Solskjaer blocked his exit. So there you go. So far this season, we have registered 7 points from our first 3 league games. So we've won 2 and we've drawn 1. We are sitting third in the Premier League at the moment. Like I said, this season is absolutely massive for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and he is aware of that. Solskjaer's ambition for this season is to win the Premier League. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013, which is 8 years ago now. Solskjaer privately views Chelsea as Man United's biggest title rival ahead of Liverpool and Man City. Before the start of the season, Solskjaer talked up Man United's title hopes. Solskjaer has not yet won a trophy as Man United manager. We haven't won a trophy since 2017. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. Don't forget, Solskjaer recently told his Man United squad that it's better than the 1999 treble winning team that Solskjaer was part of. But yeah, this is Ole's third full season as Man United manager. He's managed over 150 games as Man United manager in all competitions. He's managed 100 games in the Premier League. I don't think Solskjaer is the long-term manager for Man United, despite us enjoying a good summer transfer window. But I think Solskjaer does deserve at least this season. We made a mistake giving Solskjaer that new contract before the start of this season. You know, Solskjaer signed a new contract with the club until 2024. There's an option of a further year. Solskjaer has been in charge of Manchester United now for almost 3 years. He'd have been in charge of the club for 3 years in December. Reflecting how long Solskjaer's been at the football club, he has gained some managerial experience and he's learned quite a bit on the job. Before he was with us, he was at Molde. He won a few Norwegian titles with them. He enjoyed 2 spells at Molde, but then at a big club, and before Molde he was at Cardiff, and his record at Cardiff was disastrous. He only enjoyed a short tenure at Cardiff. The reason he got sacked from Cardiff is because he got Cardiff relegated. So Ole hasn't got a proven pedigree as a manager, but that doesn't mean he can't succeed as Manchester United manager. But whatever happens regarding Solskjaer, we'll always adore him, because at the end of the day, he is a club legend. He enjoyed 11 years as a player for Man United. He flourished under Ferguson's guidance. Like I've said to you before though, when we've been inconsistent and when we are inconsistent, not all of the blame stems from Solskjaer. Obviously he's accountable for certain things. And I've said to you, Solskjaer's decision making in games has got to improve, because analysing the vast majority of the games he's managed at Man United, he's been tactically naive. But there has been some games where he's showed tactical flexibility as well. But he's got to do that persistently. But yeah, like I said, there's still certain players at Man United that are not good enough to represent the club. And I hate the way the football club has been run for a long time. Like I've said to you, the Glazers, they've been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. The main reason is because they've put Man United in so much debt. The Glazers have been with us for 16 years. They purchased the club for 500 million back in 2005. Towards the end of last season, a lot of United fans protested against the Glazers at Old Trafford, and Carrington before they protested at Old Trafford, because there was planning to scrap the Champions League for that European Super League. Woodward, he's been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time, like I've said before. We know that Woodward's leaving Man United. It got announced he was leaving back in April when that European Super League came into the equation. Woodward has had a 16-year association with the club. He's been with us since 2005. Sky Sports News said not so long ago, Man United are close to appointing Richard Arnold as Ed Woodward's successor as the new chief executive. An announcement is expected in the next couple of weeks. There's a lot of United fans that have got concerns about Richard Arnold. We appointed Ollie in December 2018 to replace Mourinho. He's been permanent Manchester United manager since March 2019. But I've got to give Ollie credit in quite a lot of aspects. Solskjaer has more or less given everybody their chances to express themselves, including the young players, like he sure he would do when he got appointed in as Man United manager. I like the way he develops the youth. He seems to have a lot of trustworthy in his young players, does Ollie. Solskjaer has made good signings as Man United manager. Solskjaer has signed 14 players so far. And we spent 441 million in total under Ollie. So in the summer of 2019, Ollie recommended Daniel James and Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire in. Back in January 2020, he brought Bruno Fernandes in and Odi Ighalo in on loan. Let Ighalo go in January of this year. In the summer of 2020, he brought Edison Cavani in, Donny van de Beek, Alex Telles, Amad Diallo and Facundo Pellistri. Alone Pellistri out in the summer transfer window. In the summer of 2020, we got 4 of those players on deadline day. And in this year's summer transfer window, we brought Tom Eaton in, Jadon Sancho, Rafael Varane and Ronaldo. Ollie's also got rid of a lot of players since his coming, which he knew he had to do. So the players he's got rid of permanently, obviously let Daniel James go in this year's summer transfer window. Ollie released Sergio Romero and Joe Pereira. Was it back in January? Let Marcus Rojo go and Timothy Fosu-Mensah and Odi Ighalo. Ollie's let players like Young go, Valencia go, Darmian go, Smalling go. He let Herrera go, Fellaini go. He left back in January 2019. Also let Angel Gomez go, let Sanchez go, and let Romelu Lukaku go. Also loaned quite a few players out. In the summer transfer window of this year, we loaned Brandon Williams out. We loaned Ethan Laird out, loaned Andres Pereira out, loaned Tuan Zebi out, we loaned Tahith Chon out, and we loaned Facundo Pellistri out. And obviously loaned some other players out, but obviously some of them players have now returned from their loan spells. You can see that progress has been made under Ollie. He's got us to semi-finals. Got us to the Europa League final last season. That final was his first major final as Man United manager, and he got us to the FA Cup quarter-final. So there you go. Got us a second place finish last season. Solskjaer did accept though last season wasn't a successful season for Man United because we didn't win anything, and finishing second, you don't get anything. And in Solskjaer's first full season, he got us a third place finish. And another good thing, we have extended a lot of players' contracts under Ollie. Quite a few weeks ago now, Solskjaer did mention that he wants new contracts for 5 players. That's Pogba, Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, Luke Shaw and Harry Maguire. But you know what? I didn't expect Solskjaer to do as well as he has done, so in that aspect, I am shocked. But Solskjaer is our 4th permanent manager since Ferguson. Because since Ferguson, we sacked David Moyes, After 10 months, he's the worst manager we've ever had. We finished 7th under the David Moyes era. Moyes should have never been recommended in the first place. Ferguson was at fault for recommending him in when he did retire. We sacked Van Gaal after 2 years. We did win the FA Cup under Van Gaal, and we sacked Jose Mourinho after 2.5 years, despite him winning the Europa League, the League Cup and the Community Shield in his first season. Mourinho also got us a second place finish in his first season, so you can say Mourinho did enjoy one good season at Man United. I think our squad is worth around 805 million. Apparently we've got the third most expensive squad in world football. We must have brought a good 43-44 players in now since Ferguson retired. So alright guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.